Hiya! We're back in the conservatory again. I've got plasterboard adhesive, got my old trousers on, and I'm going to dot and dab or stick some plasterboard to this horrible old brick wall. So here's what I did earlier. I've cut and fitted, dry fitted, all the pieces I need to cover the wall up. I haven't put this one up because it'll need some help to hold up there. I've already stuck down a couple of bits, so this bit here is already stuck down, and this bit up here. I don't know if you can see that that's almost a full sheet of board, and that is a long piece of board. I've done these two bits before I filmed this video for two reasons. One, I needed some help to get that one up there. I couldn't, my arms aren't long enough to hold it up the same, well, it was too hard. I needed somebody else. And this one was a bit more complicated. I don't know if you can hear the difference between those two knocks. So there's a void behind here. This is the old back door of the house, and it was all boarded up, but I've cut this out so I can have a window through to the kitchen. So I've had to batten out this section here. So it's dot and dabbed here, battened here, and dot and dabbed there, and I had to cut two sockets out, and it was all a bit of a nightmare. So that's left me with this kind of patchwork hodgepodge of smaller pieces, which is going to make life for the plasterer a bit harder to get a nice flat finish, but I'm plastering it so I can have a hard time. But the reason I wanted to do that is because I bought 5 sheets of 2.4 by 1.2 metre boards, which is kind of that size. That's a little bit smaller than a full sheet. And I'm only left with this much waste, which I'm pleased about. It's not a huge amount, and it'll be less of a burden on the landfill to get rid of those little bits. Quick tip, because I've got wiring, cabling for lights going up here, and I want to put some shelves up over there, I have drawn a plan with measurements of where my wires go. Because obviously once they're covered up, won't be able to see them. I'll start trying to drill holes into the wall. It could all end up in tears. So yeah, I've drawn a plan of where my cables go, so that once it's all covered up and plastered and I come to put up pictures or shelves up here, I'll know where to avoid drilling. Okay, I've got all my mixing gear ready, so I'm now going to mix up the plasterboard. I always get really stressed out at this stage because once it's mixed, you've got to crack on, you got to get on with it, and it's going to make a big mess. I've got my specs on, got my gloves on, got the powder, let's do it. So it's mixed up now. I've got nice consistency. Most of the lumps are out. It's kind of toothpaste consistency. See, it's holding up there. It's not dropping off. So when you put it on the wall, it won't fall off. That's the key. Helpful as ever, aren't you? switch. Knew there was going to be a bulge there. Oh, I'm going to fix that with plaster. You've got a little bit of room for adjustment, a little bit of time, not much. Just check my, oh, you have a horizontal or even a vertical. So this is how I've done this bit. Just used a pole, extendable pole, and another piece of plasterboard underneath to support it, so it can sit on top of it because it wants to slide down. And it's nice and straight there, but I've cut it badly, or well, I'm going to blame the room. The room's not square, so I've got a bit of a gap up there, but I'll fix that later. Fingers crossed. Too much leftovers, not too much. I'm going to use a few bits to fill in some of these holes, like this gap here where I've got that wiring. Just cover that up and clean up. It's not a filler, but you can use it as a filler, and because I know I'm going to be plastering over this, and I know that it'll dry really hard. So gives me a decent surface. Yeah, there's a big void there. Big gap. I think in hindsight, even though we thought that the plasterboard would cover up those wires. I think in hindsight we should have chased them into the wall. Put some here, take that out. You can see it's not a clean job. Hello. But I'm pretty pleased with it. I've never done this much before. And some big sheets. So we've got dot and dab on this side because it was a solid brick wall, and it's easier to plaster a flatter surface like this and the rough bricks. And this side, because it's an external wall, it's got insulation and batten on it, so that's been screwed down. So, next stage, plastering. If you like this video, like and subscribe. See you again. Cheers, bye. Ready? Good boy.